profile, they talked about struggling to fit in or being shy. That all changed when they stepped into your classroom. You joke around with your students, make learning fun, and play music. You push students to make their best, making sure that they always know that you have their back. And that they're accepted. It's a balance that makes you such an incredible.
Mr. Pearson, you deserve it so much. I can't think of anybody else that deserves it as much as you. Thank you for helping me come out of my shell and for being such a great role model while I was growing up.
As Bryan was nearing the end of elementary school and people started to ask us where he would go to middle school, anytime we would tell them Bryan Middle School, the #1 response we would get is, he's going to love Mr. Pearson. Our expectations were very high and you have more than exceeded them. Brant looks forward to your class every day as a place that he knows he will learn and be challenged in a fun environment. Congratulations, Mr. Pearson, on this award, and thank you for being a life changer for our student.
When I was in 6th grade, I was just an introvert that liked to write. But over the past few years, Mr. Pearson has helped me come out of my shell and has encouraged me by having me write stories for him here and there, and has called me a talented author so many times that I've started to believe him. And I know I'm not the only one that he's connected with on a personal level. And so I'm really happy that he won this award, because I think it's time that someone who gives so much to his students gets something in return.
Well, first of all, congratulations. Mr. Pearson creates an amazing learning environment, especially whenever we have to present in front of our class for our big projects like our life unit, where we learned about taxes, student loans, how much college costs, and budgeting our money for our real life.
I think my favorite thing about Mr. Pearson, now that I'm out of middle school, is that I really see how different he is from other teachers. Most teachers, there's this kind of gap. You lecture and you pay attention, you do your homework, but with Mr. Pearson, you feel involved and that you can talk to him about anything, and I think that's what makes him the best teacher I've ever had.
Obviously, thank you a million times, because he's made school so much fun, and I feel like that's the one class where it makes my whole day so much better.
Well, I think he's really made me who I am today. I think that many of my personality traits come from Mr. Pearson. Just some of my wittiness I've learned from him. My presentation skills have definitely gotten a lot better, and they've helped me in stuff like DECA. Me and a former student of his, Asha, recently took first place in our district because of Mr. Pearson and how he made us the great presenters that we are today.
Congrats on winning this award, Mr. Pearson. You definitely deserve this more than any other teacher I know. You have changed my life, and I'm sure all your students' lives for the better. Your class is like no other. You managed to maintain a positive, fun learning environment while making us want to learn and succeed. And in your class, everybody can just be their self and not have to worry about anything else that's going on. You're constantly inspiring us and pushing the boundaries of our creativity to make us do the best work that we can. Your class is always so much fun with such a positive learning environment, and you make all the kids in your class want to do the best they can to meet their potential. You manage to have a separate relationship with all of your different students, so you can really understand what they need personally to make them do the best that they can. And you're a mentor and a friend, and someone who will just listen to you if you need it and make you laugh. And everything's just so happy and positive in your class. And you're really not like any other teacher, and you definitely deserve this award. Thanks, Mr. Pearson.
If I walked into his classroom, I would say I know I can look forward to him every day. I'm for my first hour this year, and when I walk in, I know I will experience a positive atmosphere, and so I'm gonna feel better for the rest of my day. If a student's upset, he'll be there to crack a joke or just poke fun at us and make us laugh. So he'll make us feel better. He's a positive guy. And he says he hates people. I don't think that's true. He's being honest. He says he loves his workers, students, and his family. I would say that, I wish every student would have the opportunity to have him as a teacher. Fortunately, he only teaches Spectra, but he's a great guy. and he's always there for his students. He knows how to look out for them.
Mr. Pearson, thank you for being such a big influential person in my life, probably the most other than my parents, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your kids growing up and getting to see you all the time. And I just really appreciate everything that you've done for me and always being there, always staying engaged in my life, and it really means a lot, so thank you.
My daughter Maria is a very gifted child. Learning comes easily to her, and so I was really struggling with the idea that she may not be challenged at times. And when she started here at Bryan Middle School and she entered Mr. Pearson's Spectra class, I was very excited because we had many conversations where I felt like she was stopped in her tracks. She was thinking, I could tell she was feeling inspired to think outside the box, which for children in that gifted class, sometimes that's hard to do. So I'm really excited about Maria's future, and I think a lot of it was impacted by Mr. Pearson. He's preparing her for really reaching for what she really wants to do with her life. So thank you, Mr. Pearson.
First, I'd like to say congratulations, Mr. Pearson. You really do deserve this award. You've changed my life and so many others in so many ways. There are many times back in middle school and even now that I wish I could walk into your classroom because I knew it was a safe haven and I could always just be myself, and the other problems during the day didn't really matter as long as I was in there. You always made the work we did in there fun. You got to know each and every one of us as an individual, and you were more than a teacher, you were a mentor. Thank you so much.